Hello, viewers. Welcome to KBOXtv. It's your boy Kofi Baisie Jnr. and we wish you a happy new year. We're back on the Total Boxing Show where I sit with my regular panel, Cudjoe, Amedoda, and Daniel Sowah, where we digest what is happening in the world of boxing. Once again, it's a happy new year. We are in 2021, and we expect things to be bigger and better. But unfortunately, for some people in some part of the world, things are still, locked down. Just speaking about people in Europe and some other places. But in Africa, looks like it's a little bit more relaxed where we are able to do our shows and everything. Ghana had four shows during the December season, and it was an amazing time. Also in Nigeria, there was a WBF title on the line, which the champion eventually had the opportunity to win a Jaguar in the process. So you see, it means boxing is gradually returning, and it's becoming what we want it to be. In Tanzania, is even like better, where they have shows happening almost every week. And definitely this week there are some shows that are also going to be back in Tanzania. But before we talk about all these things, so that's with my regular panel, I want you to also know that over the weekend, Ryan Garcia was in the news where he secured a very amazing knockout victory over Luke Campbell, a fight that many thought already thought that he was going to win by a knockout. But what we didn't know was he was going to go down in round two, and we all saw that what he was capable of doing after kind of getting back on his feet. And markets are rising after that fight. Gervonta Davis in the news with David Haney also being in the news. But the big one is that looks like we're going to have that Ryan Garcia versus Gervonta Davis fight, because both fighters looks like they are really, really into the fight. And so what is left is for Oscar De La Hoya and Floyd Mayweather to sit down and talk about how the fight is going to happen, because both fighters really, really want to make the fight happen. And then we jump straight to the heavyweight divisions, where Anthony Joshua is saying that he thinks that he's got only 5 years left, and after 5 years, he's going to hang his gloves for the next generation to also take over. And yeah, but during the week, he posted a tweet that he was like, that's how the greats that do their thing. And then Tyson Fury came in. He didn't let it go. He said, Tyson, he said, great my what? You know, he used the A word, which I can't just say. But it just tells you that gradually that build up to that big fight is also coming on, where the world will see that undisputed championship of the world. Talking about the heavyweight division, and so it's not one of the divisions that we keep many people have their eyes on, and we'll be looking to see if for real we'll have that all British heavyweight fight coming to Ghana, coming to people around the world. But before, guys, let me bring on Daniel Sowah, where we'll be talking about briefly about what's happening in Africa and Ghana, and then from there we'll be joined by Cudjoe Amedoda, and then we'll complete it with the rest of the things happening in the world. So let me just bring him on. All right. So welcome to KBOX TV.
Thank you, Goofy.
Happy New Year, man. Happy New Year to you.
Same to you, Goofy. Same to you.
Hey, how was the Christmas and how was the New Year? How has it been for you so far?
Oh, Goofy. Sadly, a brother passed. Passed away in December. So
Oh, sorry,
my
man.
Christmas is negative.
Sorry. May his soul rest in peace. Uh, not a good way to start the year, but I'm sure Ryan Garcia gave you something to be excited about last week.
Exactly. Why I say I'm the give me a good news.
Right. Now, boxing is gradually, back in Africa, in Ghana, let me say, where we saw about four shows, or I think three shows in Ghana, not four. Fight Ready had two shows, Kabik Promotions had one, and then Ace Power Promotions also had one. So four shows. What's your impression about how the fights went in Ghana?
Goofy, it was great. But thing that I think everybody was expecting was the arrangement of fight. But it looked like it was all packed during one time, and we were expecting it to spread across. Although we just want to promote, even if some are waiting to even bring it to the new year, it gives us a good start to the new year. But
Mm,
we realized today there's this promotion, this promotion, And Kofi, one thing about the fight that they did that I was expecting if they are spread it across, it would be great for us. All the shows that they did, Kofi, it was super. You look at the staging, you look at the lighting, it was great shows. So the only thing that they could have done is spreading it across. Some of those fights, if it had happened in January, Kofi, I tell you, people, their interest would have been amazing and it would have been so sweet. But it looks like right now, they are going to wait and we don't know when they are going to give us another fight. We are still a new year and we are not seeing any signs of any fight coming. Okay, I think that's the only thing that took the second away.
Right, I agree. Let me bring in Cudjoe. Cudjoe just joined us, guys. Cudjoe, welcome to KBOX TV and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. Thank you very much.
It's the first time see you in 2021. As for we were here to talk about what happened with Ryan Garcia. So for you, I mean, again, Happy New Year.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
How was the Christmas and the New Year? How did the Christmas go, and how is the New Year treating you so far?
Oh well, it is dull anyway, but busy all out. Dull and busy. Yeah, it's dull and busy because it's mixed up with our what is it election. So the whole thing was like people are not believing the New Year, but some people are also passing through and celebrating it in a very strong way. So that's what is it. Yeah.
Nice. Now, we wanted boxing to be back in Ghana, and fortunately, about 3-4 promoters, I think 5 promoters were able to, all in all, give us some 4 shows before even talking about fight ready promotion, 8-bar boxing promotions, promotions, promotions. They were able to shows in total before the year, because it's something that we all wanted. I mean, this shows, this fights, and everything that went down before the year end. What do you make of boxing as a return?
In fact, Kofi, it is very, very good for boxing in Ghana to get started before the end of the year. That is the expectation of everybody that has anything to do with boxing. And even the people don't have anything to do with boxing, that is their expectation. Because so many things were going on and then the boxing is lacking. No show and things like that. Boxers are walking all over. They'll just go and train hard and come and sit down, hungry, no money, nothing, and things like that. So everybody is praying, and then people are even getting fed up that what is going on? What is happening that we cannot stage boxing in Ghana? But I'm saluting the people, those organizations that are forced to bring boxing on stage in Ghana before the end of the year. I salute them. And then it's appreciation. But some other things are still lacking. So we thank them for making it possible for boxing to start in Ghana. And then the bills are not, we have good boxers, but we are not having a good bill. That is one thing that I saw. We have very good boxers. Some of the boxers, when they enter into the stage and then they are displaying, you see that. But the technical knockout is too much. No, it's not helping. The technical knockout is being too much. So that is the fundamental of most Ghanaian boxers are having a good CV, but when they go out to fight, you don't hear any better result. So from here, we have to set it up and make sure that, hey, once we have the good boxers, they should have the good bill, and then the competition should be a serious competition for boxing.
I agree on a lot of things that it's a very big thing that show happen. Yes, every kind of us. I mean, Daniel, Sowah, I mean, the quality of what do you also have to say about
The quality of Ghana, like I said, is poor because when you look at the way the stages and the way they really position their promotion, if you have two crack boxes fighting on that kind of stage, Kofi, it even sends a bigger message across. You know, the fans will know that, oh, okay, this promotion, when they put out boxes there, they have two great boxes, not one two stronger than the other. Or you know, when usually you have one two stronger than the other, it doesn't bring the excitement. And Kofi, around the world, when there is this big boxer fighting this boxer, that is when like the excitement comes. And Kofi, like Amedoda is saying, we have good boxers there. We have good boxers there. So if you are pairing, you can equally pair good boxers to fight. But if the whole promotion looks like this one is going to win and is so much of a show banker, then it's sad because even some of the boxers, you could see the way they dress. These are not even professional boxers. And if you want to do this in COVID time, because in COVID time, this is when people really sit to watch boxing through social media. So they are able to watch everything, pay attention to everything. So if you have the good stage, you have done good promotion, like everything is out there, and you have boxers that are not up to the task, it takes everything away. And I think going forward, the promoters have really done well. I think we must applaud them. But going forward, they must look at these little things so that boxing can stand strong in Africa.
I mean, I would really have to comment, especially Ace Power Promotions. What I saw, I was very impressed. From I don't know if you remember, but I posted something on my status that when will Africa Boxing get there with Anthony Joshua with all the lights and cameras and everything behind him. Man, those people did that. They did that. It was so nice. They put a very man. I'm just waiting for the official trailer of their event to come out for Ghanaians to see. Yeah, I'm sure it will be one of the things that people will be proud of because like. Apart from if you take the quality of the fights away and you just look at the whole production and crew and everything, it's one of the events that I really loved. And yes, the quality of the fights. In light of that, what you are discussing is the quality of fight. I had a conversation with the Ghana Boxing Authority secretary, and then he said that he's having a meeting with the promoters, boxers, and the matchmakers. And the plan is that they want to discuss as a team together, how they can bring the quality of fight to a level that is attractive enough and very that will also keep the spotlight on Ghana like we've always wanted, because that is if we talk of where many world champions are from in Africa, it's definitely Ghana. And he says it is one of the things that he's going to sit down with the promoters, boxers, managers, and then I mean everybody, matchmakers, everybody in this within the circle to make sure that they bring us the best. So Amedoda, if Patrick Johnson watches this video, what would be your recommendation for him to take as he meets them, to have a meeting on how they can lift up the quality of fights?
This thing, I don't think it's all about having a whole meeting on this thing. The thing is, promoters use boxers to help boxers for their CV. And then it's now becoming like a whole bill. That is what they are doing. So I don't think it's something that they should go and then have a meeting on what. The only thing is they should tell the boxers that even though you are helping somebody, crack the person. Okay? Even though you are helping the person, but crack the person. Let the show be show that whoever that is watching will not see the whole thing like this is a joke. That is it. This is the only thing that should go to the coaches that are being in corner, and then the matchmakers telling the people that, hey, even though he will help you, we know the time to stop the fight. But let it be a fight that though anybody who clicked to watch the fight, anybody who paid to watch the fight, anybody who had the chance to watch the fight will see that, oh yeah, I'm watching a boxing. I know that some want to the corner, they say he will not come again. What is the meaning? No, that's not boxing. That's a joke. Some of the fight that they do on this bill are not anywhere near the sparring that the gyms they do in the gyms. So what are we doing? Are we joking or what? Because nobody will pay attention to watch a sparring. You will click Ghana and say, they say they are doing sparring in this gym. Let me watch it. No, nobody will do that. But if they say there's a fight going on, they will love to watch it. So if the sparring in the gym are much cracker than the bill on the fight, the boxing itself. So what are we talking about? So I don't think it's a matter of holding a whole meeting about this case. It's only about, hey, you from the gym and then the coaches at the corner, the matchmakers. Fine, we want you to come and help this person to make this to have a good CV. But hey, let the person feel it. That is boxing. Apart from that, there's no boxing.
Right. Daniel, would you want to Amedoda has said?
Yeah, like Amedoda said, if we will go and have a discussion and all that, that is not really the issue. The issue is about the boxers that will come in the prospects team. And if they are psyched into like tell them that this is no joke. Even though you are going to help build a CV, give a good fight. Even that kind of motivation you give to that boxer can maybe go into the ring and change his mindset that no, I don't want to build a CV.
Right.
I want to become the world champion. I want to also make something out of boxing. So it's not really about the promoter, because at the end of the day, as a promoter, I can't do anything. All I can do is promote the fighters, I put them in the ring. But it's those people that will build a CV. And if, like Amedoda is saying, if the discussion is whether, if the discussion is for that, what will happen is that we will have a lot of serious boxes. So even if he goes and he builds your CV, even when there's an opportunity for a boxer to get fight abroad, that boxer will be picked instead of someone that will rather go and build someone's CV. A typical example is maybe someone like Harrison.
Oh yeah.
Harrison went to build the boy's CV, but when he got there, he gave the boy a good fight. Right. And we saw what happened. He was able to land 2-3 fights and make some good money before he came back.
Right.
So it's about psyching. Like, just let them do that. Even though you are going to help build a CV, give a good fight. So, like Amedoda is saying, they should rather be on the boxes, because the promoters, the matchmakers, I don't really see what they can do.
Okay. I mean, today happens to the birthday of one of my very good friends, Coach Charles Cote of Charles Cote Gym, or Charles Cote Boxing Foundation. He's a very good friend. He's one of the guys that is making, a lot of things happen in Ghana. He took, I think, 5 boxers to Germany. I think last year he took 5 boxers to Germany last year, and when he got back, I think 3 of them won gold and then 2 won silver. That's the caliber of coaching abilities that Mr. Charles Cote has in the Charles Cote boxing gym. And so today happens to be his birthday. We celebrate him. We wish him very well. We pray for God's guidance and grace to fall on him, so that he continues to produce a lot of talents for us. If you're looking for the best juvenile boxers in Ghana, amateur boxers in Ghana, and you go to Charles Cote Gym, you see real competition. Man, again, a very big happy birthday to you. We wish you the very best in life, and hopefully some of your talents will grow and become world champions for Ghana. And guys, he also has Oluwaseyi in his gym. I'm sure many of you guys know. And he's also been one of the time we wanted one Bullet Ansa. Bullet Ansa was working with Mr. Charles Cote at that time when he won the fight. So it should tell you the caliber of training that he has, or he gives his boys. When Patrick Alote was going to fight Jeremy Mungai in USA, his coach, Mr. Fourier Sari, wasn't available. at least he stepped in as last minute to help him prepare. Even though he couldn't win, the period that was given to him was very short. I feel like if he had, if maybe if he was with him from the beginning, maybe he would have, come back victorious. But whatever it is, we wish him a very happy birthday and wish him well. Now, going forward, we've seen what is happening in the world of boxing. I mean, Ryan Garcia is in the news, David Henry is in the news, and then we have Gervonta Davis also in the news. But before I talk about all of that, let me post this one. That this is how the heavyweight, the lightweight division is looking like. We have Teofimo Lopez, which is sitting at the top, almost undisputed. Some people even say he's already undisputed. But the WBC franchise championship is the only thing that is causing the confusion here. But he has 4 titles. He has the WBA, the WBC franchise. He has the IBF, and then he has the WBO title. If we're looking at Gervonta Davis, who has the WBA regular title, and then we have David Henry, who has the WBC championship, the title. He has that one. And then over the weekend, we saw Ryan Garcia, who took on Luke Campbell, somebody who has been a 2-time world champion contender, right? So he took him on, and then eventually we had this in round 2, where many people thought that it was going to end in a way that Luke Campbell was going to come victorious because he was able to take him down. But in round 7, we saw a very different story, where Ryan Garcia was able to go in with a very solid body shot and ended the night prematurely in round 7. So, guys, this is what we are faced with. We are faced with Ryan Garcia, who is becoming the rising king. He already calls himself the King Garcia, but it's already, even before the fight, we all knew that he was going to come in victorious and all that. But after the victory, he's getting some kind of waves and everything that looks like we are going to see that big fight between Gervonta Davis and then Ryan Garcia. But before we go into that, what do you guys make of the performance that you saw over the weekend? Let me start from Amedoda first.
Kofi, what happened the whole show, I am not surprised. My only surprise in the fight is the stoppage. Okay. Yeah. That body shot that came, and then Luke Campbell cannot survive it. That is the big drama in the whole fight. That is something that I'm surprised. Still, I don't know how come. But apart from that, everything happening in the fight is normal. I was expecting it to happen like that.
Okay.
Yeah, even the knockdown, Ryan Garcia's knockdown, how Ryan Garcia go down was even a shock to me, because I don't know which blow that threw him down. I don't know what kind of a blow from somebody who is not well recovered from COVID. Okay, and then that person is not a hard puncher, and then all of a sudden somebody was falling on his arm and things like that. I'm shocked about it anyway, but not that much. Yeah, if you could remember, I mentioned some time ago on this platform that I do see Ryan Garcia like a baby Deontay Wilder. Yeah, so I'm vindicated.
Okay. You are vindicated, you say. Well, let me go to already on the show with me on Saturday where we Sowah, the benefit of the fans who tune into what they are not actually read the recap of what we said. Ryan Garcia's performance.
There's a lot of feedback.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
So, for the benefit of the fans who tune in today and not be able to watch what we did over Saturday night, Ryan Garcia's performance against Luke Campbell, what do you say about it?
Kofi, Ryan Garcia's performance against Luke Campbell is something in boxing that I think everybody, the fans, boxers across the world, promoters and everything, needed this kind of a fight. Right. This is a guy that he's been able to promote. He's been able to use social media to project himself in a certain way. He used social media so well. to make his promoter make money. He used social media so to be able to be known across the world. Because Kofi, we all know Ryan Garcia is not a world champion. When you talk about relevance in boxing, Kofi is relevant than most people that even would watch world titles in boxing today. And nobody can dispute that fact. He's the guy that is not a world champion. He's not even at that world title shot, but has made it name and is making money. And Kofi, if you have a boxer like him, if you're a promoter, you have a boxer like him, Kofi, you are making money, And this is what we need for the sport. We need people that will be able to project the sport to a certain level. We need people that will use what they can to bring a lot of people to come and watch boxing. And this is what Ryan Garcia is doing, Kofi. Social media, the girls is getting a lot of people to come and just watch boxing. And it's not just playing. It affects Tank, it affects the Vienna, it affects Ufimo, it affects all those people that are just boxing and they are not using the power of social media or adding more numbers to the boxing fans. Kofi, this is the guy that is doing it. Now, Kofi, let me talk about the fight. Ryan Garcia is a young boy, he's a 22-year-old boy. And we all know going into the fight, in a way, got over his head. Because he was overconfident in the fight. He got there and he took that shot. Nobody can say that shot is a chicken or it's a soft punch. Kofi, when they throw that punch to your jaw, regardless of whoever you are, Kofi, you go down. You go down. And secondly, Kofi, when people say Luke Campbell as soft, you have to go and check his record. See the kind of knockout, see his knockout ratio before you can make that statement. Because if his knockout ratio is not good, you can make this statement. But if his knockout ratio is okay, Kofi, you can't make that kind of a statement. Okay. And Kofi, one thing too is that Luke Campbell is a very, very good fighter. Luke Campbell took Lomachenko to 12 rounds. That year, Lomachenko went 12 rounds with Teofimo Lopez. These are the statements you make. These are the kind of stats you make, so that you wouldn't take the victory. You wouldn't take the joy that comes with Ryan Garcia's win. Kofi, Garcia fought a very, very good boxer. It's big. You see, Luke Campbell is not a world champion yet, but Luke Campbell is a far better boxer as compared to even some of the boxers that became world champions at 135. Kofi, you and I, where you sit today, if I tell you that Luke Campbell and Richard Commey should enter the ring and you should give an outcome, Kofi, you give it to Luke Campbell, because Luke Campbell has the footwork, his movement. Kofi, Luke Campbell has everything. He's a complete boxer. Kofi,
I'll bet to disagree on that. For somebody who has had the opportunity twice of fighting for the world title and falling short, I don't think I will go for it. No.
Kofi, you see,
fight somebody who has already held the throne before. I don't think I'll go for Campbell, because if at least he was able to become victorious in one, then I can go like it's a solid fight or 50-50 fight.
Kofi, if you look at the opponent he fought, even with Lomachenko, some people debated that the fight was a draw. People debated that the fight is a draw because you try through. The only thing that made it easy for Lomachenko to win was that shot that he took that Lomachenko went down. The shot that he took that Campbell went down. But Campbell came up and he finished the fight. Kofi, this young boy took that shot from Luke Campbell. Luke Campbell gained confidence from the round 2. Everybody thought it was his end. But Kofi, this boy showed that. And what Ryan Garcia did in that fight, Kofi, tells you that this is the kind of guy that he can take punishment. You see, boxing is about two things: take shots and give shots. Can you take shots? Have you been tried before? No. If you have not been tried, you don't compare to people that you don't compare yourself to people that have been tried before. This guy took that shot, and Kofi, it went around the world. LeBron James, Jordan, everybody was talking about it. And these are the kind of people that bring excitement to boxing. He took the shot. He got up, came so strong. You see, even after that shot, when he came to fight. He didn't slow down. You see, there was no fear. This is the kind of guy that we are talking about. He came and he threw that body shot, that strong body shot. And Kofi, I would like to say this too. The power of Ryan Garcia, Kofi, that power of Ryan Garcia, nobody should underestimate it. Because he fought Fonseca. He ended the fight in round 1. Tank took Fonseca to about round 8 before he was able to win that fight. So just with Tank, I wouldn't compare to Teofimo, because with Teofimo we don't have any boxer that both are no. But with Tank, they fought one guy, and one took that guy to 8 rounds. The other one took him to just 1 round. So Kofi, that boy Ryan Garcia in the future is boxing today and tomorrow. And Kofi made a statement, and that statement he made, I know is the truth because he knows it. Mayweather said he will fight Ryan Garcia now. Don't wait to fight him tomorrow because the boy is only going to get better. And Kofi, that's what I see. He has a flat foot. His footwork was bad. His head movement was bad. But Kofi is with Eddie Reynoso. These things in his next fight, you will see changes. Because when he started with Eddie Reynoso, his knockout ratio doesn't go beyond round 2. Round 1, round 2, round 1, round 2. When he moved with Eddie Reynoso. So Kofi, this is the kind of boy that I was happy that he was able to take that shot and he came out. Mayweather said it. And Mayweather is someone that really read boxing. When it comes to boxing, Mayweather is that kind of a boxer that is able to read boxing. He has said it. You fight Ryan Garcia now, don't wait because you only get better. And Kofi, this boy is going to make a lot of money. He might even make money more than Mayweather did in boxing.
All right, we just heard from Sowah, giving us his recap of what he saw over the weekend against Ryan Garcia versus Luke Campbell. And yes, I don't know if
Please come again. I hardly hear you.
I'm asking if you'd like to respond to somebody.
Please, one more time.
Would you like to respond? Would you like to respond to what?
Oh, the thing is, sometimes you have personal love for somebody because of some things. So you will say some things about somebody which are not the fact or which are not what is on the ground. Luke Campbell is the one who talk more than anybody. Luke Campbell said that hey, even he can fight and beat what's the name? This is the guy. He called so many people that he can fight and beat them. He even tried calling what's the name? He tried calling Pac-Man that he can beat Pac-Man. He said it before. And he was saying so many things. Then, okay, he called this MMA guy who fought he called every guy who fought Mayweather, say he can beat him. And then somebody like he called McGregor, say he can beat McGregor. He said it. He was talking tough. But this is the guy who never won world title yet too. And he's doing all this. In fact, I know that this guy is just talking. And there's nothing he can do because his boxing skills is very poor. His defense is poor. So many things poor. But he have a very good handwork. That his hand is very solid. And he will get boxers who are not solid with that and then knock them out. So the picture that you are seeing over there, those 4 guys, he cannot beat any of them. I'm telling you, he cannot fight and beat any of those guys. They will mess him up. That is it. And then fine, he's doing well with the social media something. It's a plus for him anyway. That social media something is a plus for him. But that is not his work. His work is to perform in the ring. So if you take your manager's work and you are doing it for your manager, who care about that? Do you want to promote yourself? That is why you will have a manager who is promoting you for him to be paid. So if you are doing your manager's work for him and you leave your own work, who cares? Nobody cares. So that guy need to go back and be serious with the gym work and then stop talking that trash and things like that. If he try, all these guys will beat him. And that is the thing. And he's even looking in one angle. That is, he's a pure Mexican. And in the whole world, it's Mexican who support. Apart from Mexicans, nobody support boxing more than the Mexicans. That is why even Mayweather forced himself to affiliate himself with the Mexicans. So it's a plus. And that one, I don't see that to be anything that they say. He's a white boy back with back by the Mexican. So for that one, he will have the population. But if they come to the real, I'm believing strongly that like this guy is God and took the fight against what's the name? Game Boy. Like he'll be laughing at the wrong side of his mouth. Game Boy will not stop. He will not stop for this guy to blow him with those punches, and that Game Boy will make sure that at the end of it all, Game Boy will win the fight on points. I'm saying that for sure. And if he like, he should try that. Like Game Boy will beat this boy. Simple. I'm telling you. Kofi, I'm telling you. I know what I'm talking about. I'm not a fan of Game Boy, but Game Boy will beat this boy. Earlier on, I was not believing it, but now I changed my mind.
Now, we heard what Amedoda had to say about what he wanted. Another thing I want to say, when I talk about is the truth at the moment. I want to bring it back to what to look for sure. You know, like I was saying, the lightweight division is looking very, very exciting. There are some names that I should have added to this list, but unfortunately he's not here. They should pardon me. I'm talking of Richie Comey, who is the former champion, and of course Lomachenko, who is also another former champion. And yes, maybe we have to put in Game Boy because he has been the #1 contender of the WBO for quite some time now. But this is the list that I have now, or I have posted. I posted on KBOXtv that this is how it's looking like, with Teofimo Lopez being the king of the division, having four titles. Yes, the WBC silver, WBC franchise, which is causing the confusion. Other than that, would have been the undisputed champion. Also has the Ring Magazine title also as well. And then we are looking at Gervonta Davis, who has the WBA regular title, and then we have Devin Haney, who has the WBC champion title, and then Ryan Garcia, who's up and coming and causing a lot of talks, causing a lot of stir in the world of boxing, using social media, using his presence, using Oscar De La Hoya's Bowling Boy promotions, you know, to sell boxing to people, or letting boxing reach people that are not regular boxing viewers, you know. So it's taking the game to different audience and expanding the audience of boxing, which is something that we a lot of us commend him for, and we think is the best. That way, he means boxing can go as to the models that he does his body shot challenge with. He can also go to, you know, some of the movie actors that he meets, and then have that challenges and everything with. So we commend him for that. Now, looking at how the division is looking now, right? If there should be like a WBSS championship where we put all of these guys to fight, where we will have like the Ali Trophy, who do you think will win? Let me go straight to Sowah and ask him what he thinks about it. Sowah, if we should have a WBSS where all these guys, we're talking of Ryan Garcia, we're talking of Richie Comey, Teofimo Lopez, Lomachenko, we have Devin Haney, all these guys. If you put all these guys in a competition for them to fight for the WBSS title, for the Ali Trophy, who do you think will come out victorious?
Kofi, the final is going to be Ryan Garcia and Teofimo. Let me tell you those people that will be out. Devin Haney will be the first person to move out. Devin Haney, Richie Comey will beat him. Now, Richie Comey can proceed to come and meet maybe Tank. Tank beat Richie Comey. Tank goes maybe to Tank meet Loma. Tank will meet Loma. Tank meets Teofimo. Teofimo beats Tank. Because you see, when you want to look at all these boxers, you look at their weak points. Tank is our boxer that his defense is poor, but it's a very fast attacker. And if he meets anybody that comes from the same sense of boxing, he won't get a person to beat him like that. But bear in mind, anytime Tank meets someone who has a power point, Tank will suffer. The reason he's going to suffer is because he has a poor defense. When he fought Leo Santa Cruz, you saw the number of punches he took. He was losing almost all the rounds. And you can't fight someone like Teofimo. You can't fight someone like Ryan Garcia, who have those people that have those power punches. No, you can't fight them and be loose like that. They are going to beat you. And you see, that is why when sometimes Ryan Garcia or Teofimo tells you to knock you out in round 1 or round 2, they do that. Because your defense is poor. It happened with Comey. Comey lost miserably because of poor defense. Now, you move to someone like Devienne. Devienne is that kind of a person that if he misses Tank will take a lot of punishment from Devienne, but that one shot will be just targeting for that one left uppercut that he throws. And it will definitely get him before we get to maybe round 8. From round 1 to round 8, it will definitely get him. And when he gets you, you'll be hurt. You understand me? Right. Now, what Teofimo did with Lomachenko was the highest. Because Teofimo showed us that he's got the art. Apart from him getting the art, he has the footwork. He said movement is everything about Teofimo is perfect. You see, when it comes to Teofimo, that's the reason why I'll say Teofimo and Ryan Garcia at the final. Teofimo is a perfect boxer. It's a very complete boxer. And when he meets Tank, he's going to use skills, footworks, in defense. Everything will be poor. Everything will be perfect. And he will definitely get Tank with those big shots. Because you can't be taking all those big shots throughout the rounds. Regardless of how strong you are, you will feel weak. And Teofimo throws precise punches. You get me? When he fought Lomachenko, where he stood, you can't get close to him. Where he's standing, he will be there, but you can't get close. The moment he comes closer, you take a punch. So it becomes very difficult to fight Teofimo. So in the final, I see Ryan Garcia, Teofimo at the final. But the reason why I'm placing maybe Ryan Garcia ahead of Teofimo is that Ryan Garcia is a bad defense, but with Campbell, he showed he can take punches. So if he should get closer to someone like Teofimo, and he lands those his power punches are very strong, and he lands those power punches. There's 3 of them. It will put Teofimo at rest. Because we also went Teofimo for Lomachenko, and Lomachenko came in the latter rounds. Teofimo slowed down. That vim that he had, he came down. And that's what I'm saying. So if they should meet at the final, Ryan Garcia, Teofimo, I might put Ryan Garcia ahead of Teofimo because Ryan Garcia is someone who can take the punch and is very fast. He also throws precise punches. He's very fast like Teofimo. So you come in, you punch him, and he will throw some. He will throw some back. But what he will throw back might put you down. Because what happened to Teofimo, you saw it with Lomachenko.
Interesting. Now, Amedoda, we are putting all these fantastic lightweight fighters in the league for them to compete for a trophy, the Ali Trophy. Who will come out victorious for you?
This lightweight is a division that, in fact, is piled with a very good boxers. But let me tell you, the older, younger, good among them is Tank Davis. Okay, he's older than those strong, younger lion. The people that are older than him now are Richard Comey, and then you call Lomachenko, and then maybe you call the other, Game Boy. You see, but he's older and he's more experienced than the rest of those younger ones. That guy was having world title for about 4 years ago. Okay, and he meet crack boxers that he took them out in a very surprising manner. You understand? if you look at Gervonta Davis, his boxing skills is exceptional. His defense is different. And then one good thing about him is how he go the angles. If he's punching, the angles that he go, and he know what he's doing at any given time. That is one dangerous thing about that guy. And then he have a solid chin too. That is another thing. When you punch him, you cannot see the reaction, okay? The weak reaction after the punch that you give him. You cannot see that reaction. That one, compare it to what Loma did to Teofimo. As Loma, from the beginning, Loma refused to fight. Nobody know the reason except himself. And then when he came in, tried to fight, Teofimo was in a danger corner. When he punched, the reaction was very poor. The way he reacted to punches were very poor. And Teofimo, Lomachenko is somebody who don't have that power punching. So if Teofimo can take that power punch from somebody like Gervonta Davis, I don't think he can be there and take it 2 times. That is one. And then when you come to somebody like Devin Haney is somebody that if he's in the ring, he have the ring generalship totally. He matured and transformed very fast. When he's fighting, he's very fast. His hands are very fast. And then the angle that he goes, and then the distance. He fights with distance that you will hardly get him with some serious punches. Devin Haney is somebody that you cannot land just like that anyhow. You might touch him, but the punches that can cause the danger for him, you will not get him. That is another guy. Teofimo is very good, but Teofimo is somebody, if he's under pressure, you will see him one thing. He's so open. Teofimo have a very good punch. If he punch you, you will feel it. But if you attack Teofimo, you will see that he forget about everything and open himself. That is where he will be. He will be in danger to those 2 guys that are called. In fact, in Teofimo versus Lomachenko fight, like Lomachenko decided to fight from the beginning, like that fight, because if you are a boxer, which punch can put you down? If you know how to hold your guard and how to move your head, which punch can just put you down like that? All the punches that will put you down, you will be able to dodge them or block them. If you watch Azuma Nelson versus Panel Whitaker, you will get to know that all the punches that can put Panel Whitaker down, from Azuma Nelson, Panel Whitaker dodge them, make sure he dodge them, and then block anyone that the rest. You understand? So that is boxing. So if Teofimo is like that, he's open. He can be flawed at any time. And then Ryan Garcia, he have a very good punch, but his boxing skills is very poor. Okay? His boxing skills is very poor, and he always raises his head up. So if you raise your head up without a blocking and things like that, and if they're attacking you, your reaction with attack is not matching and things like that, fine. You can get some minor boxers and knock them out. But if a solid boxer comes to you, there's no way you can knock him out. That is why I'm saying that Game Boy against Ryan Garcia, that fight will be a surprising to everybody, because Game Boy is somebody who will not be there for you to punch him anyhow. It happened before in Ghana here. Game Boy versus Red Tiger George Ashi. That fight, many people were surprised that how come Game Boy won that fight? Just because Game Boy is very serious with himself, and then he will not be there for you to punch him with those serious punches. You see, and then now he's attacking is solid than before when he was in Ghana. Now he's in US, he's attacking is serious than before. So Ryan Garcia will lose to Game Boy so simple and easy. I'm telling you, whoever loves to make that fight, Game Boy will beat Ryan Garcia so simple. Because Ryan Garcia, if you attack him, he's confused. He don't know how to react and things like that. And if he is attacking, he rely on how he attack, and he forget his defense. And Game Boy also have some long reach, and then he's very, very sleek. So Ryan Garcia will be in trouble if Game Boy will protect himself for not to get those kind of hooks that Ryan Garcia will bring. And then at the end of the fight, Game Boy will be fairly winning that fight on point. So in that angle, Lomachenko is somebody now, he's old. Lomachenko, whether he likes it or not, he's old. And then the guys that he'll be fighting with, he's smaller. That is his problem. He's old and smaller, and then he don't have that power to drop these guys. That is where he will be wanting. You understand? He have the skills and then the movement and things like that. But he is somebody who can easily fall. So if this guy touch you 2 times, you will fall down. Okay? That is it. So the fight is between Gervonta Davis, because he's matured than Devin Haney. That is where the main fight is. Let nobody deceive anybody. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, who is deceiving who?
Okay, let us not deceive our own self.
When you said, let nobody deceive you. I'm here with my guys. And also, this is the best channel where we discuss boxing that's happening from Ghana and the rest of the world. Let nobody deceive you. Just come to KBOXtv. You'll find all the news happening in the world, happening in Africa too as well. Both of them have had their say about who they think will be able to sit on the lightweight throne if there should be a lightweight league for the Ali Trophy. Sowah is saying that he would go for Ryan Garcia, and Amedoda is saying that the fight will be, or the winner of that particular tournament should be Gervonta Tank Davis. Now, in a space of just this new year, we've already heard Lomachenko saying that he feels like he was robbed in the fight against Teofimo Lopez. These are some allegations that we didn't think that he's going to come up with. We felt like he lost. He should just take it as a man, and it's boxing. You win some, you lose some. So just take it as a man and then reassess yourself and come back. But looks like what he said is kind of taking the shine away from him because of what he said. Because many people also thought that he was also protected in some time when he was with Bob. I mean, he's still with Bob Arum, but when there was some fight that he was also protected, that we didn't see it necessary for him to think that he was robbed in the fight. Maybe talking about bribery and all that. But that being said, when he was asked who he wanted to fight, he says if he cannot get to the rematch between against Teofimo Lopez, the fighter that he would like to fight will be Gervonta Tank Davis. I asked myself, there's Ryan Garcia, there's Devin Haney, they are even our own Richard Comey wanted to fight him at a point when he was a champion. He didn't mention all the names. He said Gervonta Davis. Now my question is to you, Sowah. Do you think that he is targeting him because he feels like he's the next big thing in the division, or just because he thinks he's the weak one?
Kofi, when it comes to Tank, Kofi, any good boxer that comes to the two sides of boxing, like someone like Lomachenko, will go for Tank. You will definitely go for Tank. Because Kofi, you see, boxing is all about assessment. You see, boxing is just about assessment. And one thing that the other opponent have that that this one has been prevented. We also what happened with Wilder and Tyson Fury. When Wilder was going to fight Tyson Fury in the second match, I told people that Tyson Fury was going to knock Wilder out. It was crazy because everybody felt Tyson Fury had a soft point. He had that soft point. But Kofi, forget it. You see, when someone from a Swiss science of boxing is able to assess you and he says he wants you, he knows why he wants you. And Kofi, if you watch Leo Santa Cruz and Tank Davis, it clearly tells you that Tank is a weaker one. Kofi, it tells you Tank is a weaker one because Tank, Amedoda will tell you Tank has all the skills and everything. Tank only depends on his left uppercut. And Kofi, the left uppercut, before you even go down, he will throw about three, four of them. If you have a good chin, watch all his fight. Watch all his fight. Kofi, you understand what I'm talking about. Before his uppercut takes you down, he will throw about 4 or 5 of them before you go down. So it tells you, even with his power punch, that it depends on if you have a boxer that comes from the 6 signs of boxing who has good defense and he takes one and he feels the power, the next one you throw, you will dodge it. So that 4 or 3 that you need before you knock him out, maybe just one is what you are going to land. The rest of the 2 is going to swerve it. And he has bad defense. You see, he has bad defense. And you see, like Amedoda said, like Amedoda himself said, Lomachenko, don't take anything away from Lomachenko. If Lomachenko decided to have fought Teofimo from round 1 to round 12, the fight would have been a different thing altogether. But he feared that Teofimo was going to knock him out if he had opened the fight in the early rounds. But later, in the latter rounds, when he started taking Teofimo's punches, he realized, this is what I was scared of. No, let me come in and fight. And that's when he started winning some of the rounds. And Kofi, look at the way Loma fought. Loma will just read the fight with Tank, beat Tank throughout. Punch and never get punch. Punch and never, even if he gets punch. If you see, he even took some of Teofimo Lopez punches that I felt like he should have gone down, but he never went down. He came through. We can all attest to the fact that Loma's punches is not that strong, but he throws many of them. And Kofi, who knows what he's bringing on board with Tank? Maybe he's going to work on his power punches like as Fury did with Wilder. You might not know. You might not know. So, I mean, honestly, Kofi, I feel Tank is a weaker one in that division. Kofi, in boxing, the punch that you throw, that is very difficult to land, or is very difficult for you to successfully land, is an uppercut. So if you're a boxer and you depend on the uppercut, and you have a very strong opponent who is really good in boxing, Kofi, the uppercut you will throw, one will not land. Because before you throw the uppercut, you need to get closer.
Okay.
And your intentions of throwing the uppercut is easily read. Your actions will tell you, see, a good opponent will tell you that no, he's about to throw the uppercut. Move away.
But look at the Ryan Garcia versus Campbell fight. He went as if he was going for the uppercut, and then he went into the ribs. So sometimes it's deceiving. It's deceiving punches. You know,
Kofi, Ryan Garcia, what you are mistaken is Ryan Garcia is a very fast puncher. See, Ryan Garcia is really quick. Very, very quick. And he has that reach. You get me? He has that reach. So Kofi, before Ryan Garcia will land there, Ryan Garcia, like Mayweather said, Ryan Garcia lacks the footwork and his head movement. But Kofi, like Mayweather said, if you don't fight Ryan Garcia today, don't wait to fight him tomorrow, because you only get better.
The same question I asked Sowah, what was your response?
You see, Lomachenko, in fact, some things are eating into his head. You understand? First of all, it's Lomachenko who ran away from Devin Haney, okay? And go and beg WBC for franchise, franchise, okay? And Devin Haney is holding that title. That title is there. Why don't he go for that title? If he's saying that he didn't run from Devin Haney, why don't he go for that title? Number 2, he didn't give Teofimo Lopez the rematch clause. Why he didn't do that? Number 3, he said that after Teofimo Lopez fight, he is going down to go and fight at super featherweight. What happened to that one too? What did he say? Calling Devin Haney, calling Gervonta Tank. What kind of dream is that? Is he after he lose his title that dream came to him, or what? You, what's the name? Loma know how to fall down so easy. Okay? And then moreover, there's a yardstick between Loma and Davis. I forget the boxer's name. Remember me. That boxer fought Tank Tank Davis knocked him out. What's the name? Not Gamboa. He fought Tank Davis. Tank Davis knocked him, and then he fought Loma and took Loma to round 12. You remember that boxer?
Yeah, I think I'll be coming.
Yeah, there's a boxer, I think from is it Venezuela or somewhere like that. He fought Tank Davis. Tank Davis knocked him out, and then he later on fought Loma. They went to round 12, and Loma got the decision. So what is Loma talking about? Where from that dream? Loma, what he will do is he should go, and the best fight for Loma now to prove that he's a good boxer is he should go and fight the mandatory against the Bihani. Loma don't have anything in that weight now. All these guys will beat him. Okay, all these guys will beat him. And if he try Tank, that will be early sleep for him. Tank will stop him one time. You see, Loma, what can you say that Loma have more than this guy Tank knocked out recently? And as Tank was in the ring with that guy, Tank know what is happening, and Tank know how he will get the guy. So as the guy was punching, throwing, Tank was just attacking.
Right.
Even the final knocking point, Tank was there. The guy threw about 3 straight punches, and then after he threw the last one, and then they released the bullet to him. And after he released the bullet, he know that, oh, I'm finished with him, and then he turned his back. You understand? The guy know what he's doing. Okay, so he took more punches in that fight. It's just like the fight against the fight between Mayweather and the MMA guy. Okay, McGregor. Mayweather know that there's no power that McGregor can punch that he will not block, and he will drop him. So he keep on giving himself to the guy, just timing him to get tired. And then after he get tired, and then he show him where the power lies. It is exactly what Tank Davis did to this guy. He was following him, knowing that, oh, this guy cannot blow me out. And then he's timing him to do the mistake, and then he take him out, and then he fall in it exactly. So the reason why Tank Davis received more punches in that fight is simple that he's just tracking the guy in the trap, and then he fall in the trap, and then he just cover him. You understand? So don't be surprised. So Loma is daydreaming. He should go down where he said that he will go. Now Shakur Stevenson is there. That is why he don't want to go back. If he go back, that fight is easy to make, because Shakur Stevenson is in the camp of Bob Arum, and then you, Loma, you are in the camp of Bob Arum, and Shakur Stevenson will simply knock him out. Simple. That is why he don't want to go back. So he should shut up.
The name you are looking for is Jose Pedraza. That's the guy. Jose Pedraza. It was Pedraza.
Pedraza, yeah, it's Pedraza. Yeah, that is the yardstick between them. So yeah, if he come up, they will knock him out. That is all.
Right, interesting. Now we've all said interesting things. I like the fact that I have brought this Lomachenko topic up, because the fact that he's also mentioning makes you know that he really has his eyes in the business. Of course, he's not getting the chance to fight Teofimo Lopez because there was no rematch clause in their fight contract, and it looks like Teofimo himself doesn't, or is not ready to give him the rematch. So it's definitely good that he's calling somebody out. But within the week after Ryan Garcia's fight, the fight that he said he wanted to fight, he said he is ready to fight right now. It's Tank. And I keep asking myself, your own friend came to watch you in the stand. He was there. He has the WBC title. You are fighting for the interim title. Why don't you fight or pursue the goal, the division that how do you call it? The title that you are fighting for, the interim. Why don't you pursue it, become a champion of it, and then after you've been able to secure that particular title, you chase the other people in the other with the other titles and try to unify. I find it very difficult to comprehend, but maybe Sowah, who loves Ryan Garcia, will give us a very good understanding why his fighter or one of his favorite fighters in the lightweight division is chasing somebody outside the title that he even fought for the interim. So I would like to hear from you.
Kofi, if you look at Ryan Garcia, who is the prospect who is going to overtake me, he doesn't want to give the fans boring fights. Kofi, I've always said, Ryan, when you talk about Deviani is the least among all the boxers at 135. And sometimes it's funny, I hear Amedoda saying Game Boy Tego will beat Ryan Garcia. And Game Boy Tego, the only person he can beat at 135 is Deviani. Kofi, you yourself, you've been watching boxing for so long. Kofi, nobody can lie to you. You yourself, deep down, you know Deviani is the weakest among the 135, the boys of 135. Deviani has no relevance. This is a kind of boxer that became a world champion through email. And you see, Kofi, if you believe you're a champion and you know the qualities you have, like the way Ryan Garcia believes he have that qualities, he has that skills, he has that power to beat any of the boys at 135, he won't go for Deviani. Who is Deviani? This is the question you ask. Deviani that loses fight that his father will go and pay so that he has a good record. No, he won't choose that one. He wants to fight people that, Kofi, when I beat the person, you see, when you call yourself a king, you must be able to defend your crown. You must be able to protect your crown. You must be able to protect your territory because you call yourself a king. So a king doesn't fight weaker opponents. A king goes for the best. He goes for the people that are really doing something. And Kofi, go and look at all the boxers at 135. Apart from Teofimo and Tank, who has a better CV? Nobody. Apart from Teofimo and Tank, who has a better CV? Nobody. Who has the Vianney fought? Gamboa, that is 39 years that you fought him. Where did the fight go? You took him to 12 rounds. So Kofi, you see, Ryan Garcia is on a mission. Like he said, I'm on a mission. And that mission is to make a statement. That mission is to defend his crown. That mission is to let the people that is bringing on boxing to come and watch boxing know that he's really a king. And he brought them. He's protecting them. He's there to entertain them. He's there to give them good fights. This is the kind of person we are talking about. So you won't fight Deviani. Kofi, I keep saying Deviani is the weakest among them. Because forget about skills. That head that he puts on his shoulder and he tries to behave like Mayweather. See, nobody can be like Mayweather. You know how that reflex is. Kofi, I tell you, Game Boy, when Game Boy faces Devian, he will beat him. See, he will beat him wherever you are. You will feel happy and you'll be proud that they are beating this boy. Because Kofi, this boy is in boxing because of the money his father has. Kofi, if not that, he wouldn't have been a world champion. How did he win his world championship? Through email. Oh, Kofi, you see, Deviani should be out of the subject.
Okay.
Ryan Garcia is on a mission. He wants to fight the best, and it's only the best he's fighting. So if he's forgetting Deviani, you see, he doesn't want to talk anything bad about Deviani because he's a good friend of him. That's the only reason why. But Kofi, if not so, I know Ryan Garcia. I know the way my boy does his things. He will go in that. But we are focusing on Tank. Tank is the fight we want.
Interesting. All right, so we just heard from Sowah. He thinks that the Ryan Garcia versus Joventa will be an interesting fight, and that is why he felt like his boy was pursuing Joventa Davis to keep that interesting hype and everything going. Now, let me come to Amedoda and find out from him. I mean, for a fighter who has fought for the interim, why would you want to break out of it and then go fight, chase somebody in a different title?
Kofi, it is simple. What in boxing, what you don't want, call for that one. That is, it's as simple as that. What you don't want in boxing, call for that one. Okay? Let me tell you this. Ryan Garcia, you never hold world title before. Okay? And then now you fought for interim championship and you won. Then you become mandatory. What is stopping you to go for that world title if it is cheaper? What is stopping you to go for it? After you go for it, then you put yourself on the level of the other guys. You You understand? Do you know why he's not calling Davies for fight?
No.
It's this thing. There's a nightmare around Ryan Garcia. That nightmare started when they were amateur, and then Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney fought 6 times, and they won 3 apiece. You understand? And then from there, they move into matured boxing. What happened was, as they move into matured boxing, the transformation is 2 different things. David Haney was transforming very fast in the ring, and it is open there for everybody to see. That is why he's able to capture world title, whereby Ryan Garcia wasn't able to capture world title. You understand? David Haney did not wake up early in the morning and then got the world title through email, because this guy fought the eliminator against one guy who is very strong. That was the eliminator to the title that Lomachenko got when he fought Luke Campbell. You understand? And then this guy was there, which is the Vihani, was there already, waiting for whoever have the title, they should fight together. Okay? And then Lomachenko, because of the fear, Lomachenko went for franchise, went and begged WBC for franchise. Okay? So if this thing, what's the name? The holder of the title vacated the title not to face the mandatory fight, who the title should go to. So that word of what email should end. He didn't get the title from that email, whatever, and then that is all. He went on to defend the title against somebody. He defended the title, beat the guy from round 1 to round 12. So what is email again? And then he moved on to fight a veteran, beat him, whereby all the judges say that a 2-time world champion with a gold medal, he beat him from round 1 to round 12. And all the judges say that the guy didn't want, which is Gamboa, he didn't even win 1 round. A whole Gamboa, who made Crawford stumble, okay, didn't win 1 round against Devin Haney. So Ryan Garcia saw all this, and then his advisors are telling him that, look, that guy, if you go for him, it will be disaster. He will beat you. He will beat you. He might even knock you out. That is why he cannot call. Because another thing is, he don't want Tank Davis. So he's waiting for his people to make some loose fight for him again. So they will call some other boxer who he can beat easy. That is why he's calling for Tank Davis, because that fight might be difficult to stage. But what is Davis fight will be easy, because even if the promoters are finding it very difficult to stage it, WBC can jump in and say that, hey, this is mandatory. Go and fight this fight. And that will happen if Ryan started saying that, hey, I am mandatory, let's go. I am mandatory, let's go. WBC will jump in and say that, hey, let's do this fight. That is why he's not saying, he's not calling this thing, he's not calling what's the name, Honey at all, anywhere. Why shouldn't he call Honey? You fought, okay, this is.
Oh. Looks like we've lost Amedoda as he makes his submissions, but he said a lot of things that we really
the guy who got the WBO or WBA, which is
I think we're having network issues with Amedoda, but he said a lot of things that definitely we need to look at it from the way he has said it. And I'm sure we will have our own banter encounter about it, but definitely Tank is one fighter that has really, sold and marketed and fought and put himself out there in the top. So if Ryan Garcia wants to face him, I think it's going to be a very interesting fight. and it's a fight that the fans around the world would also want to see, and see how we'll be able to, whether Garcia will be able to defeat him to become the new sensation. Of course, he is a new sensation, but like the new person to own or become the undisputed in the lightweight division, or it's just going to be like a talk. And now, Amedoda, you are back. Can you just end your submission so that we can take it from there? Oh, I think it's the same. His network isn't really great, but I think we'll have to end the show today. But before we end, we'll not be able to end without talking about our own Richie Comey. Richie Comey is in the news. He will be fighting in February in the USA. As I speak to you, he's currently in the USA. He's been training very hard. He's been posting a lot of videos of how training is going with his trainer Andy Ruiz, Andrew Rose, and so definitely we know that's going to jump into the ring. His opponent is even out. The name that I've just forgotten the name, but definitely when we jump back on here on Thursday, next week Thursday, we will definitely have a conversation and digest his opponent that is coming to fight and his chances. Of course, don't forget that he says he's back, and this time the goal is to become a two-time world champion. Yes, people have fought, they've lost, and he's no different from greatness. A lot of great fighters have fought. Some of them have lost. Some of them have been able to maintain their titles. He lost, but he's saying that he's not going to stay losing. He's going to come back and become a two-time world champion. And it's in the division which is now, sort of the cash division now. Of course, the heavyweights and then the welterweights are making a lot of money, but you can't take your eyes on what the lightweight is becoming now. And so definitely, if he comes back, we expect him to win and hopefully secure a world title, another world title shot at any of the title holders. It could be maybe a rematch against Teofimo Lopez, or maybe we could see him in the ring with Gervonta Davis, or we could see him and Ryan Garcia. Maybe by that time he fights Garcia would have been would be a world title by then, a world champion by then, or probably he could also face David Henny, who is already the BBC title. We don't know if the title will change hands by the time that Richard Comey gets to him, but definitely it's one of the fights that we'll also be looking forward to. We have Amedoda back. Let me just bring him on to finish his submissions, and then once it's done, we will end it from there. Amedoda, you were saying something and then you went off.
How this guy is calling, and then he don't want to go for his mandatory fight. It's just because he know that he will get beaten. That is why he's not going for his mandatory, and he cannot. So the mandatory is easy to make because you are mandatory. Okay, it's a mandatory fight. Okay, and then if he started calling now, the WBC themselves will jump in and say that, hey, this is mandatory. Let that fight happen. But he know that, hey, if he's calling Gervonta, it will not happen so easy because that fight will be easy to make.
Right.
You understand? So I don't know why he's there. That is what I'm saying, that in boxing, what you don't want for yourself, call it for yourself, and you will not get it. Then you will win. And that is all.
Interesting. So let me come to you. So I think we agree that we want to close the topics and then jump to our own Richie Comey. Richie Comey is scheduled to fight. So the name is Jackson Marinez. Jackson Marinez. He's from Dominican Republic. 19. He's won 19 fights. He's lost one. He goes into the fight as the interim WBA world lightweight champion. So it means if everything is to go right, the person that Jackson Marinez is supposed to fight is supposed to be either Gervonta Tank Davis or he's supposed to fight Lomachenko. But he's not fighting him, but he's going to fight Richie Comey. I feel like if Richie Comey wins this fight, he sets himself properly to face either Gervonta Tank Davis or maybe get the rematch that he wants, because Tank has the WBA regular title, and then Lopez has the WBA super lightweight champion title. So I mean, our own Richie Comey, what do you have to say about his preparations and the fight that he has against Marinez?
his mindset. With the preparation and his mindset, even when you sit afar, you know, he has a very good mindset because after he lost the fight, he came down and he's been training throughout. There's never been a time that you see him not training. Even in Ghana, he has been training, and it tells you that this is someone who is hungry to be back in the division because it was a division that Lomachenko was making a lot of noise. It was a division here. Lomachenko was making a lot of noise about it. He wanted to fight Lomachenko to get all the titles and make a big statement, but rather unfortunately, he fought Teofimo and he lost the title. And after losing to Teofimo, before even the fight, you could see around the world people had respect for Richard Comey. At that division because you could see big names like Tyson Fury, most of the big names they were all talking about the fact that he's a very good boxer and he has that power. So Kofi, his mentality is good, and I think what Mobediako has been able to do, we must applaud him because you see, fighting the interim champion is not an easy thing to get. Right now, it's like a big opportunity that has been given to him to redeem himself. So if he's able to beat him, his name rises like the way Ryan Garcia, the Vianney, right now the way their names are flying. That's the way his name is going to fly. Either by decision or knockout or anyhow he goes, his name is still gonna fly. Because I was happy when I saw the Ring magazine rate him, I think 6th or 5th or so, which is really good for him. Which means they still have that respect for him as a good boxer. So you must first of all, I think, if you want to generalize it, his mentality is great. He's been working very hard for any fight at all. And secondly, we must applaud Amobediako for being able to land him an opportunity like this to get this kind of a fight. It's not going to be easy looking at the record of his opponent. But as a boxer, if your opponent has lost a fight before, it should be some kind of morale for you that you can also add another one to it to make it to make his losses go up. So it's going to be a great fight, and I know Richard Comey is going to come back strong, and his name is going to fly in the division.
Right. Amedoda, your boy Richie Comey Oblite is back. February. What should Ghanaians expect?
Well, everybody is expecting Comey to come back and then put some good wins on his CV. Because it's just some little mistakes that he did and then got that lost. Okay. And then he have all the chances to redeem himself. And I'm happy that they worked for this fight for him. He don't have any excuse if he's not able to win this fight and then put his name on the limelight again. One thing is, Richard Comey is not a small boy. He's growing very old. So if he don't take the advantage of the chances now, then what again? So the whole Ghana is behind him, expecting him to win and then get a higher ranking and then get a title shot very soon. I wish him well.
We wish him well, all of us at KBOXtv, me, myself, Kofi Baisie Jnr. with my panel, David Sowah and Cudjoe Amedoda. We all wish him well. We hope that come February, he'll be able to, secure the victory, which we feel like will set him up for a world title fight and hopefully secure another world title for him to become the two-time world champion that he promised Ghanaians that he will be when he gets the opportunity. So we wish him well, and we hope that he will be able to get a title. As we speak, Isaac Dogbe is in Ghana. Joshua Boache is also in Ghana. Denzel Bentley in Team Mensa. He is currently the British middleweight champion. He's in Ghana. Duke Michael is back in Ghana after the fight against Casemiro, and Manu's name is flying high that he must possibly secure a fight against Rigondo. These are the topics that we'll discuss, God willing, next week. I'm trying to gather some other information that I'll get as much as possible, and of course, wanted to talk about the heavyweight division and what is happening with Tyson Fury. Okay, let me give you guys like 2 minutes. Please, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Tyson Fury is in the news, as well as Anthony Joshua is in there. I'm sure you guys have already heard what the two of them are saying. So, what do you think? Do you think it's all part of the hype for the fight, or for real? Tyson Fury. Do you think it's hype for towards the fight, or you think it's just Tyson Fury being Tyson Fury?
Tyson Fury ways of promoting fights is always clear. See, when you make certain comments like this, you don't come and post it. You leave it for the media, the bloggers to take it. But when you come and post it, it looks so fake because you threw out shot. The way you threw out shot to your comments, you leave it for the world to enjoy. But if you come and post it, Kofi, I keep saying it. Tyson Fury, when it comes to Alpine and all that, it's not up to the tax. It's not up to the tax. It's a way to project the fight, but it's not doing it right. AJ put it there. When AJ put it out, he just put it out. Put a nice picture there. You come and pick it. You also write yours. You leave it for the bloggers to take it over. Bloggers are taking it. You're also taking it. So it takes that excitement and that kind of vibe that we want to follow. It takes it away because it looks so fake. And we don't want to see, in as much as business and all that, although you are doing it and we know it's fake, don't let us feel it's fake. You get me? Because he came to write mind games. And those mind games that he came to write is off. You've made a good statement. Don't come and write mind games. It's off.
Okay. Amedoda, Tyson Fury really wants to fight Anthony Joshua. Finally, we might get a fight happen this year, because at the end was even saying that you're trying to get a fight happen somewhere around May or June. The fight, if it happens, who will become victorious in your eyes? I think we've lost Amedoda again. But so if that fight happens, who will be victorious in your eyes?
AJ is going to win that fight.
Okay, great. Unfortunately, we have Amedoda's network is not here.
Okay, try and get him. Let him say something. I want to
see. Okay, all right. As we wait for him to get his network sorted, some of the good news that is happening.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, he might love. I simply might love that fight. Why? Because that fight is being the biggest money-making fight for Tyson Fury. Okay, Deontay Wilder got the chance and then he blew it off. Okay, and then Tyson Fury now know that is the chance. That is the only way he can get big money. He don't want to fight Deontay Wilder again. Okay, as he don't want to fight Deontay Wilder again, then he's trying to fight Anthony Joshua, and that Anthony Joshua fight will be in the UK territory, and then the biggest money-making fight. So, and then now the mandatory with the what's the name? The rematch against Deontay Wilder is also there, which is not well quenched yet. So they are fighting to bring that fight up. Okay, the lawyers are in there fighting, promoters are in there fighting that no, this fight is supposed to happen. So if he's coming up now saying this thing, that means he want to fight Anthony Joshua, but he want to hype it first and then get the chance to let the other things work for that fight to happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So for that fight, if it happens, in your eyes, who do you think will become victorious?
I'm now voting for
man, it's becoming a very difficult call for Anthony for Cudjoe Amedoda. But as we wait for his network to connect, let me just tell you some of the big fights that we should that are coming up in somewhere around February. We have Miguel versus Oscar
Joshua in a very slim.
Oh, we've lost him. But that's another fight that we are looking at on February 20th, and of course, the same day we'll also see Richie Comey return and see how he'll fare after a very long layoff, and how he's going to bounce back after the defeat from Teofimo Lopez. Guys, this is how we end the show tonight. I don't know. So, do you have any shout outs or some message for some of your friends or the viewers?
Kofi, all our viewers that have been watching us, we tell them that KBOXtv is going to get better. They must be part of it. this is the time to market because soon there are going to see cables around the world, and what we are doing now, they are going to appreciate us. 15 years, 20 years from, they are going to appreciate us because we will grow with them and they will look at us and they will feel proud that they watch few young people that really love boxing and they've been able to push boxing to this far. So they should keep watching and support KBOX TV.
You're right. We really, really love our fans. We appreciate that. Like, in fact, anytime we can sit here, the time that they make for us to watch us, we really appreciate it. Please, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube, kindly jump onto the YouTube and subscribe. It's KBOX TV, KBOXtv. Subscribe to the YouTube and let it grow. Don't forget, the YouTube is where we used to stream a lot of our boxing shows, which is being used by BossRec to update the records of the fighters. So we'll plead with every viewer of KBOX TV to just jump onto the YouTube. It's KBO, just like you see on Facebook and you see on Instagram or Twitter, it's the same. Just jump on YouTube, type KBOX TV, and subscribe to the YouTube channel and help it grow, and so that we can also reach other audiences that love boxing but might not see or might not have heard or seen as yet. Guys, thank you. So, thanks, a very big thank you to Cudjoe Amedoda for also making time. And happy New Year to all of our followers and our viewers. We hope to become we hope to bring you guys more interesting topics, and hopefully we'll cover as many topics as possible. Hopefully we'll get more time to discuss fights after, especially on Saturday night, and see how far we can do. But one thing is for sure, myself, Sowah, and Cudjoe, we are committed to making sure that we'll be back on this show every time, every Wednesday, to let you guys know what's happening in the world of boxing. The opinions are still ours. If you want to join the show, just send any of us any message that you want to come on the show, and then we'll find a way of picking you up and then adding you to one, and then we'll keep it going. It's KBOX TV for myself and Cudjoe, and so I wish you a happy new year and hope to see you again, God willing, next week Thursday. Until then, have a very good evening and God bless.